Oh, well, oh, the interface is visible. Of course it is. Yep, that's a great start. Wait, my hands are busy. Yep, not in that way. Let me just... okay. Hello and welcome to the stream. That didn't happen. The stream started just now. Where is my pen? I totally prepared this super awesomely, like I always do. You guys know I'm always prepared. Uh, I have acquired the pen. Yay. Okie dokie. So, we're basically gonna do the last stuff as the same the last stuff as last time. The same stuff as last time. Because I still have to finish that sticker pack and the other artwork that I started. I'm gonna do the sticker pack for warm-up, since that's a bit easier. I just need to color it. Everything else is already done. And then we are gonna get to the more complex drawing. Oh god. My hoodie got stuck. Let's see how long it takes this time to get used to drawing again. Why is my pen not working? Where is that tablet driver when I need it? Can you work now? No, of course not. Why would it work? Does that mean the... and oh god. So now we've got a bit of a dilemma. Because you see, my laptop has exactly 2 USB ports. And my graphics tablet needs one of these USB ports to function. And my microphone needs the other one. Now my pen usually doesn't need a USB port. But right now, it seems my pen is empty. I'm thinking if I can just plug it straight up into, like, an outlet. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. If the pen explodes on my face, honestly, that's on me. Yeah, I'm taking that loss. Okay. Plug you in? Oh my god, it actually works. I did not expect that, but I am glad nonetheless. Now we can open the drawing program. Oh, is that Dr. Michael Rabinovich from hit series The Pit? I don't know why I have that in there either, I'm sorry. Let me just go to Discord. Oop. Oh god. I think I finished some of the stickers on my phone. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna do it here again. It's just, I'm too lazy to export them. Actually, since I have Telegram on... Oh. I'm scared. Maybe I won't redo them. Let me just grab my phone to check which ones I've already done. And check them off in here, so I can... so I don't have to do them double, you know? I'm first! Welcome in, Delty! How you doing? If I had like a redeem for first, you would get it. You're just getting an imaginary redeem. We both pretend very hard it's there. Also, yes, I will get music going. Give me a moment. I'm doing good? That's good to hear. I'm home for the weekend, so I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna stream. Okay. I'm gonna import the other pictures after all, because, you know, I do everything double and triple, because I'm very bad at my job. Well, technically this isn't my job, but I don't care. Okay, there we go. I'm done with a big video, finally. Ooh, waiting for Loom to finish up the thumbnail. Oh, hell yeah, we love commissioning artists. I can finally render it and get to uploading. That sounds so fucking sick. I'm excited for it, honestly. What the fuck? Telegram. Okay. Now we can talk music. Gonna be really cool. Out of your mouth, I believe that. I just typed music into my laptop search and it gave me a folder called White Boy Music. Yeah. I love when my laptop is super organized, but in the worst way you can imagine. Okay, I can finally put my phone away. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Jesus. I watched it yesterday to make sure I'm happy with it, and oh my god, it was awesome. That's the most important part. That's the most important part, that you like it. Just read Penisgröße. Yes, let me just adjust my penis size. You know, the important things in life. Oh god. I didn't do enough stream prep, I feel. I didn't import all the things and I didn't pick out music and why am I like this? Okay. I've got this one done, this one done, one done, and can I copy the image and just paste it into Fire Alpaca? I think I can. Why is it black? Fuck it, I'm doing it all over again. Oh dear. Alright, I gotta finish watching Queen's Hermitcraft episode. Yes, you do gotta finish that. And then get to streaming myself. What you do and what you're gonna do. Have a good time? I will. You have a good time too. Alright, music. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there, I promise. I haven't drawn a single stroke yet, but we're getting there. Oh god. Music. What do we want to listen to? I could just put on everything and hope for the best. Do I really want that? It's kind of like playing Russian roulette. It could be okay, you could survive, or you could die. There's no real good. Yeah, let's just stick with what I know. Oop. Very quiet, is it not? I'm gonna leave it at this and wait till someone complains. And that'll be it. Like always, I'm a professional. Okay. Now, after how long has it been? 8 minutes, 9 minutes of doing nothing. We're finally getting to it. God, I'm great at this. We've got the core color, ear color, this color, hoodie color. I'm not sure if the, pocket... Is that pocket also in the darker color? Wait, I asked Kiwi for the ref sheet. I can just pull up the ref sheet. I'm an idiot sometimes. Well, I'm usually... admittedly, I'm an idiot all of the time, but, you know, it shows right now. I'm nervous. So excited to stream. Ugh. Where's that damn ref sheet? Here it is. On the ref sheet, there's no hoodie pocket. That's why I couldn't remember the color. It doesn't exist. Oops. Yeah, we're just gonna We're just gonna erase that then. And also, while I'm at it, I can do a little cleanup, because what the fuck happened here? You know, this is perfect like this. I'm just gonna leave it as is. This is even the right color. I think I didn't pick the colors from the ref sheet. Oh no, I picked the colors from another drawing that I picked from the ref sheet. Okay, so it's the right colors. That's at least a start. Also, like, I just put on all of Franz Ferdinand again, so we're gonna go through all the albums. Yay! But in no specific order. Actually, it is a bit loud, isn't it? That's better, I think. Like, it was loud for me. That doesn't mean shit on whether if it's loud for you guys or not, but, you know, no one's here, so I'm doing things for my comfort. How dare I? That just makes me a horrible streamer, doesn't it? How could I? I'm also trying to think if I told everyone that I promised to tell if I stream. Because there are some people who are like, no, I missed it, how dare you not tell me? And like, you know, I do want them to be around and everything. I'm going through my mental checklist. Because all of these people are very, very good people. I mean, of course, they like watching my stream, and that's good for me, so of course they're good people, they're doing good things for me, and I'm obviously the most important person in the world, right? I'm just babbling. I've started reading, like, books. Okay, this is actually a bit of a crazy story. I bought some books yesterday. I had been eyeing a book in a bookstore lately, and it had like a really pretty cover, and the premise sounded nice. I was like, okay, I want to read that, but it's like $20, and you know, I'm not gonna spend $20 on a whim. I wanted to think about it to make sure it's a good investment. So I go about my day, I go home, I forget about the book actually, and the next day I go out again and find money on the street. Like, I found a 10 euro and a 5 euro slip? I forgot the word. Like the paper money. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of nice. 15 euros. And I look around and I see 3 more. And each of those are 20 euros. So in total, I found 75 euros. Just like that. And there was no one around. So I pocketed the money. I was like, okay, what the fuck do I do with 75 euros? Like, huh? So, I mean, it's good to have money, but, you know, what would I need it for? So I think, what would be cool to have? And I remember that book, and I'm like, wait. I found 75 euros. I can just spend 20 euros on a whim now. Like, there's no issue. So I did that. I went into the bookstore and bought the book. And I also bought another book, which I saw, which was like from an author I like, and it just said recently released, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy that too. So I buy my 2 books, and they are together, they are 37 euros. So I still have plenty of money to spare. I look around and I see some, like, university student looking at manga, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. So I go up to them and I'm like, hey, the books are on me today, and hand them 20 euros. And they're like, what? And it's just kind of awkward for a moment. You know how I tend to be. Anyway, they ended up taking the money. Like, if you're sure you're not wanted, because, you know, obviously, if you're gonna be offered money, you're gonna take it. So they got the money, and they presumably bought 2 mangas. I didn't stick around to see what they did with it, but I don't really care either. With 20 more euros gone, I still had money to spare. So I just walked around. This was yesterday, by the way, so it was the Saturday before Easter. And On the market in my place, there were plenty of people selling like flowers and beautifully arranged sticks and everything. And I ended up going up to like one older dude who just had a camping stool and a really old car and a lovely smile. Okay. And I handed him the rest of the money and was like, yo, I'm buying all that. Give it to people for free. And he agreed, so we did that. I got to feel like Mr. Beast for only like 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. I like immediately left because it was awkward and I just wanted to get out of there. And that's how I found 75 euros and spent them all in a matter of half an hour. Send this to phone, do not forget, please. Seems unimportant. I wanted to find this one, so I can grab the eye color. Can't forget the bold, gender evil hating. Actually, is this an order? Always Ascending and Feel the Love Go are from the same album after all. Where is my queue? Hello? You wanna show me the queue of songs you're playing? No? Okay, that's fine. But if we look... Yeah, Always Ascending, Feel the Love Go. Finally is next. Oh, I turned random off. I'm gonna turn random back on. And then we're actually gonna listen to random music. Okay. Wow. Great job, Orange. Anyway, this sticker is really a great job. I like it. I hope I can take off the charging wire off my pen soon, because it's really annoying. Oh, I also need to erase the hoodie pocket on here. Please do not rotate on me. Why would you do that? Why is it still rotated? No, please go to 0. -1. That's gonna drive me insane. Okay, thank God. Cleaning this up. Okay. Did I put... Like, how much did I gave the fur some texture, but did I give any to the hoodie? So far not, but that's also because, like, barely visible. Also, the inner thing of his ears are dark. Gotta remember that. I forgot this here. Beautiful. Unironically beautiful. I say ironically. Kind of defeats the purpose of saying unironically, but whatever, my brain isn't working right. Let's add some fur texture. Some shadows. Shadow, get it? Because Kiwi's name is also Shadow. We just... texture. I love texture in my fairy drawings. What am I even talking about? No one knows. I'm also gonna add a tiny bit to the hoodie. Because I can. And I'm good at art, and this is a flex. It's actually all just a huge flex. I'm doing it to impress Kiwi. Because, I don't know, I want to prove that I'm better than him. Alright, this is the one with like 3 different versions. Gonna be fun. But also like minimal recoloring, so it's like actually fine. The eye color. That's not the right eye color. This is. And the ear color. And that's all the colors. Nice. Why is there a folder within a folder? Okay. Wait, no, that was the wrong layer. I meant to delete the folder, not the layer. Jesus. Okay, now we go. Ah, good song. I mean, all the songs by this band are good, but you get the gist. I have also bought my favorite soda again. So in a moment, when I do like my first bathroom break, I'm gonna sprint to the fucking fridge and get that. Because yummy. Ah, I love doing things for people and then procrastinating it for an entire year before finally getting to it, and even then working at the slowest pace imaginable. I'm just such a great friend. They all love me, you know? Although I do think Kiwi will be very happy about this sticker pack. It's turning out great. Oh, I did the green like nearly perfectly already just when grabbing the color. That's kind of neat. Now this color for the nose and the inner part of the ear, not forgetting anymore. I will forget it with like the next sticker already, don't worry. Designing this persona was so much fun. I remember it like it was yesterday. I actually don't remember it very well. I just know there was like, no, but Kiwi, this is way too plain. You need to add more details. It needs to have a fun design. And we were just sitting there and I was like, maybe you can make an ear gray, a foot. So we did that. But the gray foot was actually scrapped eventually just because Kiwi always forgot to draw it. So the mistake became canon. Or rather, Kiwi changed the design because it also looks better without the colored foot, I'm not gonna lie. Green hoodie, I don't know where that came from. I didn't make that part of the design. I only did like the fur coloring and like we sat down together and was like, okay, we need a breed. And we decided on like, well, we didn't need a breed, we needed a species. And Kiwi decided on dog. And then I was like, okay, what breed? And I was just like, dog breed. So Hayden is just dog. But that's okay. He's a good dog. Sometimes I forget he's a dog, to be honest. It's just, I've been drawing this character so often, I've somehow detached him from the concept of a furry. Like, to me, this is like not a furry, this is Hayden. I don't even think about the fact that it's an anthropomorphic animal. That has just completely escaped my brain. But I think, like, with every character that you draw really often, you eventually reach this stage of ignorance, denial, maybe a bit of both. And I draw him less than Kiwi, so I wonder how Kiwi feels. If Kiwi sometimes sits there like, oh wait, this is a dog. Or maybe just Kiwi isn't able to think that much at all. So they do not have these moments. I'm just trashing Kiwi again, aren't I? You know what? No regrets. Hoodie, because I can. But like, it's gotta be a color, like a color that's closer to the original. Because if it's too obvious, it just looks like shit. In my humble opinion, I say as I draw something that looks like shit. But I love it. I've also gotten like, I think I've gotten a lot better at like texturizing things with like these kind of strokes. It's not really shading, it's just adding a bit of texture to the flat surface. Well, at least I like to think that I got better at it. Okay, that's the first one done. Time for the second one. Oh, what did I do? I don't know. See, we just gotta adjust it like ever so slightly. Which is neat, if a bit repetitive. I'm glad that it's only 4 stickers. I think we have like other repeating stickers, but this one has the most variants as far as I remember. Is that here too? Yeah. Oop. Fixed. Okay, I think I can pull the charging wire out of my pen now. I'm also still afraid that it's gonna implode, so... yeah. Alright. Putting that aside, and finally regaining some of that sweet, sweet freedom of movement, we can continue. Oh yeah, I like drew the claws and the line art here, specifically because I remember I wanted to give him like slutty black fingernails. So that's the only reason for that. Sometimes, like, okay, so this might be Mandela in fact, but like, does Hayden have paw pads? In the design, does he have paw pads? I feel like he doesn't, but maybe he does, and I'm just an idiot. See? Well, I want to add them as texture anyway, so, like, not, like, draw literal paw pads, but, like, imply that there's something in his fingertips and everything. Neat. Also, yes, I am gonna go back and add, like, an outline to all of these later. But I don't want to do it right now. So that's gonna be a very amazing repetitive task for later. Ah, Bullet. What an amazing song. Fixing this one up real quick. We gotta do less here because there's not the arm, only the eyes. And we're already done. Let me do like this. I prefer it when like the frames from in the folder are turned on and just the folder is turned off. It makes it easier to just get everything with one click, you know? Oh yeah, bonk. Good one. And we also have 2 of this, so... decolor, making my brush a bit bigger for the sake of ease. And this color. Nice. Oh, I forgot the ear color. Here we go. I do not want to keep quiet for too long because I think my streams, like, they only get copyright striked if you can hear the music and only the music, you know? So what I gotta do is essentially talk non-stop. Because I've realized this when I was, like, rewatching my last stream to make clips or find funny moments or take screenshots of files in artwork that I had accidentally deleted, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, in those exact moments, or in the, like, be right back moments, it got, like, copyright claimed. And everything else was completely fine. Which is interesting and useful, but now I also feel like I gotta talk 100% of the time, because I don't want to lose a single moment. On the other hand, when I don't talk, nothing funny is happening, because I'm the funny one in this stream, you know? So I can easily just, you know, say I don't need these moments. I feel like I'm a completionist in that regard. I want the entire stream. I also export them to YouTube now, so it is kind of neat to have the entire stream without interruptions. Imagine you're watching a YouTube video and suddenly all sound is gone, without any explanation, for like 2 minutes, and then it's back. I don't know. That just doesn't seem like a pleasant viewing experience, to be honest. What a beautiful drawing. Okay, now, the trick of finding the right color for the fucking baseball bat. Finding a good color for wood is actually really difficult, in my experience and opinion. So I'm probably gonna switch between colors for a while and struggle with this. Yay! Hopefully it's gonna be, like, at least a bit entertaining. Though I do have my doubts. Except if you're like if you have like sadistic tendencies and you're like, yes, I love watching people suffer, then I guess this next part will be for you after I finish the texture. Actually, there's not much to do in this one. There we go. Now, wood color. No, wait. A bit darker. It's just, I always end up at like a gold or diarrhea. That's too red. Okay, still too red. This is more like it. Does this look like wood? What does wood even look like? This is too orange. It needs to be like more gray. Maybe a bit lighter than that. No. This is the closest we got so far. Okay. Is this good? Is this a good wood color? I'm not sure, because like the brightness of my fucking graphics tablet is turned up to the absolute maximum. And, you know, that does kind of change the color perception on my end a bit. But I don't want to turn it down because then I can't see shit. I'm just gonna leave this. And every time the sticker comes up, we're all gonna pretend this is a good color, no matter if it is or not. Alright? Yeah, we've got a deal. Because if you don't do that, I'll break into your home and eat all your pillows. Yeah, that's a good thread, Orange. Keep it up. Keep it up. Good. God, I'm so good at this. Yeah, okay. Anyway. I do want to add... I did like this little effect for the bong with like the thingies. And I think I want to do that in the eye color. Just because it stands out and it's funky. And we love funky things, you know? Oh, I gotta make my brush smaller so that I can get more sharp edges easily. I'm gonna add these little outlines. And there we have it. Bonk. Actually, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. It just doesn't look very good. Isn't aligned cosmically with the others. And we all know cosmic alignment is very important. Also this line. Oop, gone. I'm wondering if it would look good if I fill out these in green. But I think I like it more without. There we go. Yes. Now we copy it. And erase the entire baseball bat for the putt-putt and add a little blush. You know, the usual. It's kind of funny that this is like the same sticker template. We've got Hayden aggressively being assaulted with a weapon and Hayden getting putt-putts. Although this is technically an aggressive assault to his hair. At least that's what he would say. Actually, no, that's what Kibu would do. Hayden has kind of become his own character. Like with an established lore and friends and cool stuff like that. So, I don't know. Maybe Hayden would not consider this an assault and instead just bite you. Everything's in the realm of possibility. I wonder if I do have any sweets. I'm craving something sweet. Now, big question, what color should the hand be? I think I'm gonna make it the color of the outlines that I had here. Yeah. That's good, I'm so smart. That will just be my standard color where you would normally put white. I'm gonna put this because I hate using white. I don't know, that's just a weird, very specific thing I dislike. Using white. Just like plain white. If it's like even the tiniest difference, this is okay. This is not. You can, like, I'm not crazy, but I can see the difference between those two. It's different. And this one is just objectively better. I say referring to a color, knowing that color is a very, very subjective, very subjective topic. Anyway, who cares? I'm right, that's all that matters. God. I just always have a huge ego trip on these streams. Did I just say screams again? I keep saying screams instead of streams. And I do not know why. Or when that started. Or that's just the way I was born. Give me a moment. Okay, now the blush. I could just add a straight up pink blush, but I think that looks fucking awful. So what I'm actually gonna do is just add a little bit of a reddish hint to his fur color. And I know this doesn't make sense. Like, why would we see circulation in his fur? And to that I say, fuck you, it looks cute. Actually, not fuck you, you're okay. It's, you know, it's normal to question things. It's good to question things, just fuck you. Something about this doesn't look right. I know I did it this way, like on my phone. I don't know why it's... Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Not bad. Okay, now we've got... Oh, pillow and spoon, and then we're done. Neat. I didn't know we were this close to being done. Right, and then we like do the outlines and stuff, so... Why are there again 2 folders that are completely empty? Now, color grab. We need this color, we need this color, we need ear, we need a hoodie, and our stand-in color for everything that's normally white, which would be this green, and we're gonna use that for the pillow. Any other colors missing? Does not seem like it. Alright, then let's go. God, I love this song because, like, the background lights, like, I'm very good at singing, I know. It's just so cool. I really like what they did with, like, the noise in that. When I say noise, I don't mean as in, like, uncomfortable. When I say noise, I mean the layers. So if something is noisy, it has many layers, like beat, guitar, bass, etc. Those are each layers. And, you know, for Franz Ferdinand, most importantly, synthesizer. Ah, I'm so excited for that concert. It's so soon. Like, legit, it's like Sunday right now, and tomorrow is Monday. And tomorrow will be next week. So it's in like 8 or 9 days. Insanely close to going to see Franz Ferdinand live. Again. You know, the again is also an insane part of this. I'm being quiet again. I'm not only thinking about the music, I'm also thinking about, you know, drawing people in, making people comfortable enough to stay, and also just getting the things out of my damn mind. I have a lot of urge to speak, and very little people to speak to right now, which will change on Thursday, so that's good. But somewhere all these thoughts need to go, you know. I just don't want to sit alone in my room and draw. I can do that without streaming. I want to yap. I want to burden the world with my not so glorious ideas and boring jokes. Okay, that was a little too self-depreciating to be funny. Oh well. Did I grab the ear color? I think I did, but I like drew over it accidentally. Oh well, I'm just gonna grab it again. There we go. Also, Twitch has weird browser not supported bugs, so I'm literally limited to mobile if this doesn't fix. I hate Twitch so much. Well, first of all, welcome in, Core. Second of all, fuck Twitch. Jesus. Browser not supported. Don't you use, like, Opera? Can't hear you, by the way, so use Morse code using your PNG tuner. Wait. Don't you use Opera? Also, what the fuck? Twitch. There we go. I mean, I could try the Morse code, but I feel like I can try. Wait, let me try to, like, in Morse code, do the sentence hello, right? So, we got Morse codes. Beep, 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 beep. That was Morse code. You're very welcome. In case it didn't come across. Reddit threats made that very clear. Reddit has been threatening Twitch. It's a problem not just for Opera GX, but even Chrome and Firefox. So, like, the most used browsers. Great. Great, Twitch. We love you. Jesus Christ. How do you mess up that big? And, like, why did they not just roll it back? They were like, this sucks. Let's just leave it at that and not roll any of this back. Fuck. Oh yeah, let me show this to Core. Bold gender evil. It's an important part of the stream now. Still can't believe I just sat there and went like beep for Morse code purposes to communicate with Core. Okay. I wanted to color the pillow. Add texture, we're nearly done. The Lucid Dreams. What version of the song is this? There's like 2 different versions. I think in the anniversary version, they added like a really long musical bridge outro thing. Which can be cool if you're in the right mindset for it. Okay, so this... I know they also shaped like some of the verse parts. That's... I think that's the new version. This, I woke with wings from lucid dreams. Oh, I really like this line, even if it, like, doesn't really mean anything. Surely it does have a meaning, but I feel like with many Franz Ferdinand songs, it's like, you know, just kind of phrases with a specific theme, rather than telling a story. So it's just like pigments of a specific situation or feeling or anything like that, or sentiment. Sometimes it's like a whole story, but oftentimes it's just that. And that's not bad. It just, you know, makes some of these sentences less meaningful. This reminds me of like a thing I saw. Of course it was on Reddit, because where else would it be? Where someone had invented a whole kind of new media literacy. So they said like, yeah, I hate it when media has meaning. I just wanna watch without thinking. I just want it to be like, ooh, it's wizards and they do magic, and I do not want any deeper story, just like they did in Harry Potter. And like, did this person... What was this person's takeaway from Harry Potter? Cool magic? Like, there's so much going on in that entire series that's also like really long. And that was the only thing that stuck. it's kind of it's kind of admirable, but also really, really sad. Okay, eye color. Ooh. Kind of looks like a clown because they're like circular and it's like he's a clown now. Isn't this kind of how clown makeup is? I feel like it is. With the circles around the eyes and on the cheeks. Eek. I looked at some of the set lists for the current tour that Franz Ferdinand is doing because I'm going to a concert. Once again, weird flex, but okay. And this song, 40 Feet, is actually on the set list, and I am really excited for it because what they do with 40 Feet is in the instrumental part, they like really, really drag it out and improvise like on synth, guitar, bass, and everything. And it's just so fucking good every time. And I really hope they do play it on my concert because I do really want to see that live. And the best part about this is that they hadn't played 40 Feet in like literal years, maybe even a decade. And on the last tour that they did, in Europe as well, someone requested 40 Feet, shouting it on stage like, play 40 Feet for my brother. And Alex like looked at the others and was like, hey, can you play it? Do you remember it? Blah, blah, blah. Because they also had like a new drummer who wasn't there the last time they played this on stage. And the drummer just went, yeah, I can do it. And Alex went like, yeah, she can do anything. Anyway, they played it, and it's been so long that Alex didn't even remember the fucking lyrics. Like, he sang the second verse twice because he couldn't remember the first verse. And that was last year. And by now, they have put it into their set list for the concert. Like, he sang it that one time, I was like, ah, yeah, that fucks. We're gonna roll with it from now on. Which is, you know, cool and also exciting for me because it's always been one of my favorite songs. I'm just gushing over Franz Ferdinand. Or more specifically, Alex Capranos, because who wouldn't gush over him? Okay, so there are plenty of people who wouldn't gush over him, but I do think he has been blessed with conventional attractiveness. And as a person who has never had a celebrity crush, this is the closest thing I have to a celebrity crush. I really, really would like, you know, to see him live again, which I will. I think if I had found Franz Ferdinand as a band, like, years earlier, when I was still more of a teenager than I am now, like, younger, history could have been very, very different. I'm not gonna lie. If it had been, like, one of the first things I had latched onto, I think I would have been going to concerts since, like, 2021. Definitely. If that was around the time where I would have discovered them. Because the thing is, like, once I latch onto something, I used to, like, get really, really, really into it and make it my entire personality. And while I am really into Franz Ferdinand, I do not think it has reached the point where it is a part, like, not a part, but where it is my entire personality, you know? And back then, like, a few years earlier, it would have totally been my entire personality. I'm not even gonna try and pretend otherwise. It's also interesting because I feel like lots of songs that they wrote appeal to the sort of female fantasy that you see on like Book Talk or in general on TikTok and many, many platforms with like the possessive lover thing. Possessive witch lover. And like, let me give an example. In one of the songs, it's like, The lyrics are literally, I always know where you are. You don't want to know how I know where you are. I'm just saying that could be out of one of those books, and it would be very appealing to the people who are into these kind of books. Is also, like, a lot of that, or rather all of that, was in the, like, earlier songs they made. I'm thinking of the EP, like, You Could Have Had It So Much Better. Also with, like, Your Diary, which is where the chorus is like, your diary open and inviting me back. And it's kind of like a person, like, shifting the narrative to fit what they want to be true. Like, oh no, you didn't, like, actually shut me down, you just didn't know how to express your love for me, you were scared. You know, that kind of, like, retconning in your own mind. Yeah. It's good music still, I do enjoy it a lot, but not for that reason. I just think it's funny that, like, even 20 years ago, they made stuff like this, and it had a lot of fans. Okay. While I'm doing these outlines, I will also have a shot to, like, go over all the old stickers and make sure they look good. I take an issue with this one. I'm gonna add this color here first so I can pick it up later. And get rid of this. It's ugly as fuck. I think I also want to make the eyes the correct color. God damn it! I picked the color and then forgot to switch back to pen. So I drew and lost the color. So I picked the other color where I was actually trying to draw. Alright, I'm back to pen. Alright. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Now, I want to have straight lines. Well, I feel like on the edge it's okay, but on the, like, side edges it's okay, but on the lower edge it looks better if it's a straight line. It also means these things have to go. Alright, that's nice. Let me grab this color and erase it from this frame. And then we're adding the magical outline. Usually I'd have, like, a way to make sure that it's the same thickness in every sticker, but fuck it, we ball, is what I tell you. It's probably gonna be horrible because I decided to ball it, but you know. We ball it, not just... I decided to ball it with my balls. No, I meant free ball. Alright. That's one sticker done. Oh, not quite. I'm also just gonna export them immediately. So I don't have to go through all of that later. Export. As a transparent PNG, please. Oh, that's what sent this to phone. Please don't forget this. This one is staring. Immediate typo. Very in character of me. Amazing. Let me also delete all of these. I said, and then realized I had to, like, painfully manually delete them by clicking each one. No, I do not want to save it. I want to delete it. Come on. We're getting there. Alright. Now, staring. Staring. Very good, Orange. Alright, this one also had a lot of variations, oh god. Alright. Let me add the outline, and then I just have to move the layer up every time. Like the layer with the green for the speech bubble. Even like you. Good song. But like I said, I like all of their songs. I'm very biased. I think I want to add an outline for this as well. You know, it's got the handmade charm, if you know what I mean. You probably don't. Because that is simply not true. Let me go to this layer and add the eye color onto it as well. I can just pull that up on each and every layer without any extra effort. There we go. Alright, that's number one. That is, I'm just gonna give these the numbers and only name the rest of them. And now comes the magic. We simply do this and have the next variation. Wow, how cool, Orange. We all love you. Thank you, thank you. I know, I'm amazing. What am I even doing at this point? Export. This one's number 3. And then we're getting number 4, the last one. Right. Let me, oh god, I forgot to put on alpha lock. Let me add the last bit of eye color. Only for this one it didn't work, for the rest it was magic, okay? I'd say that's a bitty, that's a bitty bud. It's a pretty good quota. Oh, wait, I forgot to grab the color back. This one. Angie. Now for this one, I think it's rather important that I give the lines from where like his foot is, where it's indicating that he's tapping it against the floor. I need to have those have outlines too, because otherwise if you have like a black background, you're not gonna see them. It may look a bit silly, but you know, it's for visibility's sake. Or at least I personally think it looks a little bit silly. That's fine. Now we got Angie. Alright, next one. Waggedy Wag. I'm so good at naming things. For this one, we will once more need to cut off, like, the bottom. That's fine. Once again, the wag lines need to be the wag lines. Like, really wag. No, the wag lines on the tail have to be included. I'm also thinking about drawing a new little VTuber model today, so we'll see about that. Actually, I could just move it up a bit. If I go... Okay. This will look a little cursed for now, but let me just fix it. Perfect. Adding the little bit of color. Oh god, the little bit of color here. I'm gonna soften the edges a bit. And add the outline. Genuinely debating if I want to skip this song, but nah. I said I like every song, so, you know, I gotta put some action behind those words. Not me making up arbitrary things to, like, Suffer. Wait, raggedy. Since I know I can't enjoy things I like, that would be awful. Oh, this one's easy because I could just essentially use the same outline 3 times. Kind of neat. Like, I can use the same outline for 2 and then I only have to add the arm for the last one. I think I gotta grab like a little bit of water. My throat's getting real tired. Oh, right. I forgot that I would have to like move it away from the edge. I think for this one I'm just gonna let it I'm gonna let it ride. I'm sorry, I'm lazy. I'm gonna name these her, ha, and ha because I think it's funny. Okay. No, not gag. Close enough. Yeah. And now for the last one, we need to add a little bit. Export as ha. Also, this time, when I made the file, I paid attention that it was the right size, so I don't have to change the size every time I export something. And as future Ori from the last year, I always said, oh yeah, future Ori is gonna hate me, be thankful. As future Ori, I'm thankful for that. Thank you, past Ori. You are a real trooper. Well, this one's a bit wonky, is it not? Let me try that again. I'm losing my focus. I think it's a good thing that I started with coloring things. Makes it a bit easier to get used to the tablet again. I remember last time that I really struggled. No, putt, what I meant. And then we've got Bonk, which just needs some minor adjustments. Okay, I didn't even notice this before, but like the big text is fucking amazing. It's so good. Past me was cooking. It's so silly. Export. Bonk. Now all we've got left is pillow and spoon. Nice. I'm gonna make them into like the final sticker pack after stream them. I don't want to bore you with me sending all of these images separately to a sticker bot. And being like, yes, I do truly want this. Yes, please use this emoji. Like I'm doing it on Telegram. I'm also gonna like do it like for WhatsApp, and Kiwi's obviously gonna get the actual files. Yeah. Beautiful. Now, in like when I get this done, I will leave for a tiny bit to get that soda that I was talking about, and also take a quick walk to the loo. So you'll be left alone with music. Yay, that will get copyrighted later. Be right back. Also important info, that is Baltane. Alright, I'll see you guys in a moment. I am back with a soda, plum, and a newfound will to live. Okay, it was just a quiet song. For a moment I was worried that like the music completely decided to die on me while I was gone. Right. Let's not forget to save this. Nice. Then we can also close it up. And I think I'm just gonna for fun sketch the VTuber thingy that I said I was gonna do. And then we'll see if I finish it or not. So far I had like 2 versions, like one for when I was gaming and one for when I was drawing. I think I would prefer to have one version from that one. So I'm gonna do like a drawing of my character that you can also see right now in the bottom right corner and try to make it more general. I'm thinking if I want him to sit in front of a laptop or if I just want, you know, a more another pose that's completely unrelated to what I'm doing in real life. Though I do like the idea that Ari on screen is like in a similar position to how I am. So maybe I could actually like draw him like in a common way I sit. I do have an I do have an office chair, but I like to sit cross-legged in it. And you know, can look a bit weird, but I think it's quirky, I think it's funny. I'm gonna do that. Oh, I forgot to put on my drawing glove again. I was wondering why my hand was like dragging across the screen so much. I also think it's a fun dynamic with the wings. Like, how would I even have the wings when I sit on an office chair? I think they essentially, like, I'd have them, like, droop down. I also have the option to do, like, blink animations. And I think I want, instead of, like, my character blinking, I want it to be, like, the rings ruffling. I think that would be kind of cute. And, you know, it's also fun to make. Getting open that soda. Now that's what I call a good start. Fun first off, stream, let's go for another. I'm also wondering what I'm gonna do with the hands. If I would just have them like resting in my lap. Ooh, I could add like tequila in my lap. that's so cute. I'm gonna do that. I miss tequila, but you know, she's here kind of in my lap in the drawing. So I could definitely have one hand patting her. What would I do with the other hand though? Oh, I know. I could be like, have my head like lean down and rest it on an arm. Let me think. Like this. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's fun. I'm gonna do that. I don't want the wing to take up too much of the screen. Like, I can just have it cut off on the corner of the screen. I don't need to, like, waste real estate on that. Adapting that streamer terminology, because I'm clearly professional. Ahoy! Welcome in! We are currently doing a new guy to sit in the corner for me. How are you doing, Luke Talks? Fun to see ya. That reminds me, I need to change the stream title, because I'm not making a sticker pack anymore. It's not a VTuber, it's a PNG tuber. God. Beautiful. Alright, let's make something out of this mess of a sketch. I already forgot where the head was. Why did I draw 2 heads? Okay, right, I wanted it to be, like, leaning onto the head. I, myself, am doing good. I've got my favorite soda and my favorite music, so life is great. How about you? I've got to remember how office chairs work while I am literally sitting in one, and all it would take would be looking down. I feel like this is gonna be one of those drawings where I make sketch upon sketch upon sketch, And the sketches get like a little cleaner every time. Like a Sisyphus task, you know? I'm debating on the position of the cat, because I could do, when I have like the blinking animation, I could of course also have the cat's tail, like switch a little bit. Working on my portfolio piece. Ooh, might need a proper break from it. Yeah, sometimes it's better to do a little step back and look at it with new eyes. What are you working on, if I may ask? Is it like a giant painting? Is it a portrait? Is it a landscape? What are you doing? I'm curious. Now, how do legs work? I'm like literally looking at a visual novel. Oh my god, it's amazing. That is a big scope for a project. Yeah, I get why you feel like you would need to take a step back from that sometime. Oh, that's so cool. A friend of mine is also working on a visual novel right now, and it kind of started as a joke. So they were like, haha, yeah, guys, I could turn my OCs into a visual novel. And now it's actually happening, and they're like already released like in a beta release, and it's amazing. Trying to break the indie games industry. Oh, that's a tough task, but it's not impossible. I mean, like, the one thing I took away from Markiplier getting a movie like into box office is that you can push through as like an indie kind of entertainer in all genres. Whether it be music, games, or like even fucking movies that play in the cinema. Yeah, I believe in making a good first impression, pouring everything into that first thing to prove that you've got the ideas, you've got the patience to pull through. It's a tough ask. When you say visual novel, is it like more in the style of your typical dating sim, or more in the direction of, say, Slay the Princess? I know that's like, those are not the only two things you can do, but I feel like those are the two extremes you can go for. Oh, that hair is a bit long. In terms of branching paths? I meant more for the sake of the kind of overall theme, what kind of characters you have, if the main goal is to build a relationship with the characters, or if you're more like, just experiencing the story. Because I feel like both are really good, but it still makes a difference. Yeah, I'll admit, my first question, like, how I worded the question at first was not very good. But I'm glad I got across what I mean. Eventually. Now that is an odd head shape. This comes when you don't make proper sketches. Let me try and get a grasp on this. I feel like it needs to be like this. The chin needs to be way lower. A dating sim with dating optional. Oh. The goal isn't to date, but to help the chosen bachelor throughout their storyline and route. You can remain friends and still have their best ending. Okay, that's really cute. I like that. I like the idea of, yeah, you can date all of these characters, but you could also just, help your friend, help that bachelor. Have a good time. I think it's unique. And that's cool. That's exactly what you would need when you try to make your portfolio, when you try to make a break. Something that is unique, but not completely out there. Right, that's gonna be covered by the hand anyway. But I don't need to worry about that. I need to worry about what the fuck I was thinking when not worrying about anatomy at all. So we tap the spine. Like this. Yeah, the piece is an interest check test for myself as well. That makes sense. And if it works out, I'll be putting more work into the story and ideas as a whole. Yeah, it's kind of like a proof of concept, right? When I was getting into like physical crafts, I would like make very elaborate first projects and then never do this kind of craft again. Because I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna pour my all into this and then see if I want to do that again. I'm not gonna like, you know, do a slow start. I am gonna make something that actually requires me to make an investment into it. And then I can still decide if I want to do that again or not. At least this is what I did when I was working with ceramic for the first time, or making baskets, or that kind of stuff. Now, that looks like something I can actually work with. I'm just having to think about my friend's visual novel again. It's just so silly. Sometimes it's things that start out as a joke or on a whim. I'm like really impressed that they are pulling through though. Like with you too, you have my utmost respect at like actually pulling through, because making an entire visual novel, there's like so many different things. It's not just coding, like just coding a game, I say, and like making an interface and stuff. But you know, but also the art, the storyline. I think like with most indie games, when you just realize it's just one dude or one girl sitting there and doing the entire thing. Insane. Really, really insane. In the best way possible, of course. Where would we be without indie developers? Okay. That is a very stiff shoulder I made there. Also, I'm sitting exactly like this, with like one tiny exception, is that I actually have one foot standing on the chair and have like my knee in front of my chest. Oh, and I'm wearing different clothes, obviously. I do not have the clothes that my OC has. Though, I would wear that. I would wear that. If I had the pieces for it, I would. Alright. That is where the armrest of the chair is. So how do I just this? That looks weird. Yeah, the arm kind of goes down, so I need to have the armrest overlap. I'm just gonna do it like this for now. And see where it takes me. This is gonna be a problem for future me. Usually in the future the problems are actually not as bad as they seemed. God, nothing goes over the soda. I think it's just the sugar that's making me feel good, honestly, but I feel good nonetheless, so... Oh. Wrong button. Right, no for this hand. I would have the palm be here. Right. Like this? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's actually... That was way easier than I expected, but I'm not complaining. Now, I just need to make sure I don't make the arm like 10 meters long accidentally. I say, knowing this is exactly what will happen, has happened before, and will happen again. Actually, the arm's looking a little thin. Which is, you know, accurate to my body, but this is my OC, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But now with all the erasing and adding on the line just looks wonky. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm probably gonna do like another line art layer after this anyway. Because somehow this will just turn into a sketch again. Neat. Now, I do not care about anatomy for this, I just want to see what looks the most natural. What looks best. If I just freestyle this. Just like the other sleeve. And the arm needs to go down here. Yeah, the arm is way too long. I think I had like a good thing with the first line I did where it ends here. It was a pretty good estimate on not what is anatomically accurate, but what looks good. Good. It's longer actually. But I feel like the bending it forward. Well, the armrest would be here, right? I'm gonna leave it at this for now. And maybe it will look like really weird or really bad to me later. And then I can fix it. Once again, problem for future me. I gotta remember that this part is hand and not hair, so I don't accidentally color it as hair. Although that would be kind of funny. Alright, there we go. Connecting this line. Alright. Those are not in the same perspective, are they? A bit better. I'm gonna do like fully do that later. I feel like right now all I'm doing is saying, oh, I'll do this later, not actually drawing anything. Once again, very in character of me. Now this is what I call one uncomfortable angle for the hand, but you know, you do it for the cat, for the kitty cat. That reminds me, I wanted to call the local animal shelter so I can volunteer as like a cat socializer person. I would really like to do that. I'm not sure when they're open. I'm gonna try to call after stream. See where that gets me. Okay, back to kitty cat. I've been drawing a lot of cats lately. I've been doing a thing where I post, like, I go through the cats subreddit, you know, obviously on Reddit, and I pick out images I like of people with their cats. And because I cannot draw people very well, and cats are like the first thing I learned how to draw, I just combine the two. It's a fun exercise, and when I'm done with the drawings, I will usually share them, like in the comments of said post. The people are always like, oh my god, this is so amazing, or my daughter, like the pictures of, will love this. And, you know, it just makes me happy to make them happy. One person even, like, made it their lock screen, which I thought was really cute. The proportion from head to body kind of made her look like a kitten for a bit. Until I corrected that shoulder. I would like to add more subtle little motions. But since blinking is only like one option, they would have to be all at the same time. Which, you know, would look kind of weird. So I guess this will have to do. Let me add a little curve to the power down here. Little feetsies. Oh god, this is so cute. Now, I want one foot to be here. Does that make sense? I think it is time to sketch. If only I had, like, actually done that before. Oh god. Alright. Now we've got a hip. Would have one foot here. Not looking up. Oh, will we have that? Would actually be forward like this, not up. That looks deeply uncomfortable the way I just drew it, but I swear it's actually like really comfortable. I think I just need to get this leg down a bit more. It's like so much more messy than the old version, but you know. Right, this would be the sole of my foot. Feet? For free? No, I'm gonna put them in a shoe. Give the kitty something to lay that head on. Adding an actual third dimension to the armrest also seems like a good idea. The progress of this drawing is already so fucking weird. And so disjointed. But I don't really mind that. What am I doing? That does not look like a shoe profile at all. I also feel like it doesn't really make sense the way I just drew it. I would have this continue here. And the foot would be like at more of a 3/4 angle than just seeing the sole of it. Overall, I'm quite happy with the progress on this. I'm gonna fix that. And why I said that is because I think I'm gonna move on to something a little different now. And come back to this later. But I do like it. Now. We had this started last stream. And I'm gonna rename the stream again. I'm just gonna call it, finishing whips. Like, work in progress. Done. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna blow my nose, but don't worry, I am gonna mute myself. Alright, there we go. Oh, yeah, this was where we were at. This is what I meant with, like, sketch upon sketch upon sketch, because I'm now gonna add another layer that is essentially also gonna be a sketch. But I do like the direction in which this is going as a piece. So there's that. Just this one line on a whole other layer. Beautiful. Purely beautiful. This is very me. Okay. I want to work with finer lines in this so that I can add more details and keep it more in the style of a taro, which this is referencing if it wasn't obvious. These are meant to be feathers. So I'm gonna give that little amount of detail. So they are actually, like, you can read them as feathers. And it's enough if you, like, recognize that this one is a feather, because then you automatically realize the others are feathers too, which is a little neat effect that I'm gonna make use of. I will also enough. It's gonna be fine. If I had to add, like, any more detail, I would struggle a lot. Now, I will try my best not to insult his hairline, but he is a male, and he does have male pattern balding, so... God, I'm such a dick. He had it, like, relatively neatly pulled back for this video, and I did like that a lot, so that is the style I'm gonna go with. Oh, look how tilted that is. God damn it. I keep doing that. But, you know, it's natural, it happens to everyone, but still, it's frustrating when it looks, like, so fine in one way of mirroring it, and then you mirror it and it's just completely fucked up. Also the eyes, I just realized that. I felt like they were like, yeah, totally centered and everything, and then it's just this shit. Like, this iris is way too far out. Still has the same effect in this rotation, but it also looks good in the other one now. Alright, his forehead looks a little empty. I think I didn't make the eyebrows bushy enough. But some of that is also gonna, like, change with color. Let me add some more texture here. Lip one last time. That looks good. I do want to add some, like, unreally hairs, though. I think that's only natural. Now for the clothes. He's usually wearing like a button-up shirt with some funky pattern on it. And I did originally want to give this one a pattern too, but I feel like the drawing itself is already very, very busy. So I will hold off on that. Or maybe like once it's colored, I'll be like, oh, it isn't that busy after all, and change my mind. But who knows? The color definitely needs to be bigger. And this cannot be a straight line. Just to show that it's like just folded over. This. I feel like I will need to grab a reference for that later. Now I'm gonna erase it. And proceed with the hand. More thingies. And of course the thumb. Now hands do scare me, but I did learn a lot since I started drawing, so. I know that there's like a ditch here. Obviously not that extreme. Jeez. When did these get there? Jesus. Yeah, that's better. Also, I do want to make the ditch a little less extreme once more. Now. I love drawing pulled up sleeves. But they always look bad. I just enjoy drawing them, doesn't mean I'm good at it. Some of that promised texture. This is actually, I think, one of the, like, finest and cleanest line arts I've done in a good while. So we'll see where this takes me. Could be a total flop. Could be rad as hell. Could be just okay. Oops. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. I thought I would have like a lot more things to complain about. And as we all know, I do love complaining. Now for this, I want to show like the little bump here. That it goes over this. Leather strap. With leather to like indicate the seams, I always want to add a double line to everything. Like a real line and then one with less opacity in the inner part. And then, of course, the most important part, playing cards. I still don't know what playing card I want this to be. I know I want to put something on it though, and I want it to be like a cool little detail. But I still have to think on that. Since playing cards have slightly rounded corners, I'm of course gonna round these corners too. To avoid the lanes being too straight. Fuck it, that line is straight now, I guess. I wanted to see if I could add like a little variation. But that probably wouldn't look good anyway, so... It's the best we got. Alright, now... There's meant to be a sort of buckle here. And I'm trying to like figure out how it would like actually work. I think there would be like a hole here where this goes in. And then you would have like with a belt this sticking in and going down. Like essentially it's just a belt. And it comes from the back, then you loop it through the front. And then you loop it like through this little hole in the front. And there you go. I don't know if that is how the rest of the belt would fall though. I'm gonna try that again, if it's like slightly different. Where it's like a little straighter, because you know, it is straight up leather. At least I want it to be straight up leather. Like it's not anything yet. This isn't like from a reference sheet or anything where the materials are predetermined. This is just freehand, you know? Alright. Well, that's actually pretty neat. I cannot wait to add like all the very tiny, very minor details that don't mean shit. Unless you start putting it all together. But you know, it's kind of what this YouTuber, Flawed Peacock does. So that's neat. That's very neat. I wanted this to be a sort of rope tied around his hip. And I think he would be the type of person to tie it into a neat bow tie. You know, not so neat because it's coarse rope, but I still think he would do that, so that is how I'm gonna draw it. There would also need to be loops for the rope to go through, so I'm gonna add those. Oh god, I made the eraser a bit too small. Again, I feel like I could have made a bigger canvas, but this is more within my comfort zone, so... one offset small details. Badge, which is meant to be like a sheriff's badge. And rosemary. And actually, I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna cut this a bit short, so that I can actually make the trip to the... not the trip, so I can make that call to the animal shelter. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I've had a very good 2 hours. And I will probably, most likely, stream again tomorrow. Alright, thanks. Bye-bye.